Today, we're going to talk about one of my favorite holidays, the birthday of the trees. I mean, this is such a random holiday. I did not celebrate this growing up, but I celebrate now with my kids, and we're so excited. We're going to talk about what we can learn from trees in our everyday life and from our Jewish tradition. You know, being a Jew is not a religion. It's a spiritual practice, which means what could I see from my life day to day and learn from it? So that's what we're going to do. We're also going to cook from the 7 species of Israel. We're going to cook recipes. I have a BiShvat cookbook, a spiritual prep cookbook with such great information, meditations, recipes from trees and fruits that we could make on this holiday, and games. So you could check it out on the link below. My name is Leah. I'm a Jewish Orthodox lady living in Israel. And let me know in the comments below what things you can learn from trees. So let's have fun and sing happy birthday to the trees.
The earth, I love the doggy paw prints in the sand. I love the yellow flowers blooming in my hand. I love the sky, I love the white clouds forming a surprise. I love the bright sun streaming in my eyes.
What can we learn from trees? The roots of the trees. Trees have such deep roots that anchor the tree. This connection could give us a sense of belonging and connection through generations, you know. Last year in BiShvat, we were at my 100-year-old's great uncle's house, and he's amazing. He planted some fruit trees in Israel, and unfortunately, a couple months ago, he did pass away, and we miss him so much. He, was part of my family tree, and such a strong part of my family tree. He was my grandma's brother, and I learned so much from him, just like we can learn from ancient trees. This reminds me of the redwood trees actually in California where I was born, and they're so huge, and people are like, they must have the deepest root system. The roots must be so deep, going so down. So they studied the redwood trees, and they found out, no, the roots were not going down, they were actually going out. Okay, so the roots of the trees are only like 6 to 10 feet deep, but they go 100 feet wide, and they connect to other trees. So this is kind of what the Jewish people do. We kind of, every holiday, every Shabbat, we try to connect with each other, and that's what keeps us strong. So just like the redwood trees, we can learn from that. If you're having a hard time in life, connect to your family, friends, and people that love you, who understand you. Connect out, go to a coffee shop, go somewhere that makes you happy, go to nature. Nature can wake up your soul to be happy again, to get some sun. So this is what we can learn from trees, and not only dig deep, but actually dig out too, because sometimes other people can remind us how awesome we are. We can forget that.
Happy BiShvat!
Thank you.
My grandpa came from Russia. My grandma came from Prussia. They met in Nova Scotia, had my dad in Tennessee. Then they moved to Yokohama, where daddy met my mama. Her dad's from Alabama, and her mom's part Cherokee. We're a family, and we're a tree. Our roots go deep down in history. From my great-great-granddaddy reaching up to me, we're a green and growing family tree.
What can we learn from trees? Just as trees, they grow so high and they adapt to their environment. We as people could be resilient, and we could thrive despite challenges, different trees that grow in different environments. And it's funny, the trees of Israel, the pomegranates, the grapes, the olives, they can all grow in like really rock ground, like rocky, hard ground. So it's pretty amazing that the fruits of Israel could just bloom when it could be hard. What happened on October 7th was so horrible and so dark. And BiShvat, this holiday of the trees, happens at the darkest time of the year, where there's no fruits, but we see these little buds, these little growth starts to happen. So on October 7th, the worst thing happened, but guess what? This was the time a little growth came from the Jewish people that became who we are today, that we're strong, we're resilient, we stick together, we hold on to God, we hold on to our spirituality, to our roots, to our traditions, and this makes us who we are. So it's just like trees, we can be strong, we can grow higher, With strong roots, we can be the best person we could be.
Inch by inch and row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch and row by row, someone bless these seeds seeds I sow. Someone warm them from below till the rain comes tumbling down. Pulling weeds and picking stones, man is made of dreams and bones. Feel the need to grow my own, 'cause the time is close at hand.
So I'm an artist. I love to draw and paint, and I have an art shop, and I have the 7 species of Israel, the special fruits of Israel, on shirts and different gifts you can give yourself or others. And around 15% of all my shop sales goes to support Israel. And I put so much love into every item I make, so you can check it out.
Shalom, 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 shalom. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all its supporters are happy. Shalom, 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 shalom.
Do you know the name for person, for human being in Hebrew? It's Adam, Adama, which literally means the soil. Okay, so that's where we come from. We come from the soil, we'll return to the soil, and I think it has a similar word, soul, soil and soul. So with the land of Israel, it's the Jewish people's homelands for thousands of years, and the soil here connects to our soul. So when someone comes, like me, to live in Israel, your purpose kind of blooms through your soul being in the soil of Israel. And as we know, life in Israel isn't always easy, but this is like BiShvat, where it can be dark and hard. And this is the time where you actually have to use what's inside of you to grow, you know. All the hardships help all the positive attributes that we actually have that's like dormant, you know, in our soul, in our heart, to come out. So this happens in Israel all the time. This is a way that God is kind of waking us up to be who we are, to be the best person we are in a deep way. Just like a tree, if there's hard weather there, the tree actually becomes stronger. We can all not have easy days. This is the time to dig deep in our soul and be who we really want to be.
Just like that tiny mustard seed that grows and grows and becomes a tree. Our love can grow and carry every.
Oh, the Giving Tree. You like this book?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want that?
Yes, could you read it to me?
The egg a tree moving. No eat it. Is no toys, it's bugs. Need to wash it.
Wow.
Hi, so if we're talking today about nature, I have a pretty strong story to tell. It was 16 years ago. My mother was sick with cancer, and my family was kind of falling apart, and I was feeling terrible. So I went down the mountain in north of Israel to a place I knew, and I went inside a cave with water and sat in the dark, surrounded with nothing but darkness, silence, and water, and really connected myself to God and to nature. And then I got out and I felt great for months afterwards. So Rabbi Shalom actually says that when we're feeling bad, just reconnect yourself to BeReshit, to Genesis, to where God is still creating the world. So maybe that's the reason why we're bringing plants into our homes, so that we have that sort of primordial holiness in our lives. And I want to give us a blessing that we shall find the ways when we're feeling bad or feeling disconnected to reconnect ourselves to the holiness in God's world.
Let me see. Let me show me some in your hand. Wow. We got some black ones, some green ones. Supposedly the bigger ones, they have more olives in it. More juicy.
And the kingdom of heaven is just like this, to spread our love. It is God's wish just like this, we become the tallest tree, even though we may be the smallest seed.
On this holiday of BiShvat, we celebrate not only physical fruits, but trees provide also spiritual fruits that we want in our lives by nurturing ourselves. Just like a tree can bear fruit when it's well cared for, we too can cultivate virtues such as kindness, patience, wisdom through our actions, through learning, and this could nourish us to grow just like a tree. So during this holiday, many people take part in a special Seder where we eat different fruits, especially those natives from Israel, like the 7 species of Israel I was saying: figs, dates, olives, pomegranates, wheat, barley, I'll name them there. Each fruit carries its own symbolisms. For example, pomegranates represent righteousness due to the many seeds, and the seeds, if you count them, are 613 or around then, which is the mitzvahs the Jewish people, the commandments from God, has to do in order to connect themselves to the deepest part of themselves, the deepest part of nature, each other, and God.